Hello there, M.Strange here, and I wanted to talk cicadas, or as they're known in Japan, semi. I think that's what they're called. But anyway, so cicadas are this insect. As we see here is in this photo that I took. This is a cicada in its larval form being eaten by a bold jumping spider. Okay, so why do I want to talk about this? Why do I want to show this? So, these are things that I observe in my yard. So, cicadas are these insects that you probably have never seen unless you live in a place where like thousands of them come up out of the ground, some rural area. But, so they're these insects that burrow under the ground, and they stay under the ground for 7, 14, or 21 years. So they live in the dark, tunneling around with their little arms right here. They dig holes, and then when they're done with their larval stage, which takes all those years, they spend all those years underground, let's say grinding through the dirt, right? So they're grinding, it's just what they do. And then at a certain point in the summer, they come out of the ground, they dig a hole up out of the surface, and then they try to climb up something like this stalk of grass or a tree or whatever, and then they emerge out of their skins. So this is the larva. This is actually a skin that it left behind. And then the adult, which is a winged insect which flies around, and you may have heard them. That's probably the only thing maybe you know about cicadas. You hear them because they make like a weird sound, and they make different sounds depending where you are in the world. But they kind of sound like an electrical wire, like a weird like buzzing. That's how they sound here, but in Texas they sound different. In Japan they sound different. But so they're under the ground for all these years, and then they come up out of the ground and then emerge out of their larval skin. So, and then they're a winged insect that tries to fly away. So this is a skin of one that emerged, but we don't know if it was eaten by a spider or by wasps or whatever. But this is a left behind skin to let you know, to let someone know that this one came up and at least was able to emerge. Whatever happened to it after that, we don't know. So these are the holes in the ground that they come out of. So unless you're looking for them, maybe you would just walk right over these. These are pretty small. And so these are all holes from where cicada larvae have emerged, and then they have to walk around on this grass. Here's some more. Thought this one's kind of interesting because with these two holes and then this crack in the ground, kind of looks like a smiley face. It's nature's smiley face. It's smiling face with no emotion. It's Zen, where it cares. It doesn't care. It will kill you. It will crush you. It will help you. But it's not personal, man. It's just nature, man. So here's another skin off this stalk here, and there's the same one. Here's one that fell to the ground. So again, these insects spent years and years and years underground, but we know they came out of their skin, but we don't know what happened to them. There's another shot of that. Some grass. Here's another one. So if you start looking around, you'll see a bunch of these. And so this one had just emerged from its however many years under the ground, and as it was probably climbing up one of these grass stalks, this jumping spider caught it and is now eating it. And these are just some other photos of the plants. Okay, so here we go. So here is one that actually emerged out of the skin, and this is its adult form, see? So they come out and then they hang like this, and when they first come out, their wings are all shriveled up, so they have to like unfold their wings and then let them dry. And in this whole state, they're totally vulnerable. They like can't even move. They just, when they first come out, they're just hanging, and their bodies are all soft because they just molted. They had to come out of the skin. So if like the wind knocked them over or something hit it to the ground, it would just stay there and then freeze in its current form. It wouldn't be able to unfold its wings, so it just get eaten by ants or something. So this is one that has escaped, but it's still not safe, because until it gets to fly in a tree and sing, you are still unsure what's going to happen to it. So here's some more photos of this one. As you can see, it's just here in these plants, and this is just a little baby katydid that was walking around as the jumping spider was eating the cicada. And here's some more of that. Here's the face of nature. Am I smiling? Am I frowning? I don't know. Do I care? Am I indifferent? Is it just how things are? I don't know. There's me. Am I indifferent? Am I frowning? I don't know. Oh, the flowers. Okay, here's another skin. That's another angle of the hanging cicada. So you can see the shed skin in the foreground, the adult cicada in the background. So here's that one being eaten again. It's getting darker, the dark nature. This is just a doomed bee. So when worker bees have lived the length of their lives of being productive, then they just can't fly anymore. I don't know what exactly happens, but they get to a point where they just can't fly, and you just see them kind of bumbling around on the ground. And the thing that's kind of inspiring about nature, I find, is that this bee is still trying to fly. It's still trying to work. It doesn't know, like, I'm doomed, I can't fly, just, you know, sit and wait to die. It still tries to fly and walk around and stuff. There's another angle, the doomed bee. There's a dead doomed bee, so that's what lies in wait for that one. And this is a wing of a cicada. So by seeing this, we know that there was an adult one, so it emerged and molted and became an adult, but something killed it, and it was shredded to pieces, probably by wasps, because there's these paper wasps that patrol this area just looking for the cicadas. And at any form of the cicada, whether it's a larva, an adult, whether it's like in the process of coming out of its skin, they'll just start stinging the shit out of them and biting them and tearing them to pieces. And here's that one now. Looks like it's ready to fly away. So pretty often I'll go and just look in these plants because I'll see where those wasps go, and I'll find that they got like a larval form of a cicada and like partially ate it and stung it, and like it's missing legs but it's still alive. So I'll take it and put it out of its misery because that's the right thing to do. So here's that adult one. Here's the one right next to his skin that he emerged from. And here's the spider eating that other one. Another doomed bee. The ground, more holes. There's that bold jumping spider. I flipped it around and it is eating the cicada. And then this, so here's another thing to show you. This is a different jumping spider. And this cicada actually got to its adult form. So it's an adult, and then this spider caught it and is eating it. So even though this one went through all the years, went through the trouble of climbing up, it went through the process of molting, which is super dangerous for it, it was caught and eaten as an adult. So just because it was able to shed its skin and become an adult, it does not mean that it is safe. There is always danger lurking. And that's another angle on that spider. And the last thing I wanted to show was actually a video, because this shows you the ruthlessness of nature. So let's open this file. I think this is correct. So this is a video I made because as that spider was eating that cicada, this wasp came in and started eating the cicada's head. So like, I mean, that's pretty brutal, right? So this dude spent 14 years underground, comes up, just trying to molt his skin, totally vulnerable, and then he gets eaten by a spider, and then at the same time a wasp is eating his head. So yeah, that's pretty tough. So why am I showing you this? What is this about? Is this about insects? It is and it isn't. So for me, this shows that like I see kind of the process of being an artist or a creative person like this cicada, because the cicada spends 7, 14, 21 years underground, right? So like as an artist or creator, you're gonna spend a certain amount of time totally unknown or underground. No one knows about you, right? So let's just say you're studying or you're learning or you're working to be able to do the stuff that you want to do to put your things out as a creator, whatever it is. So you have to crawl out of your hole like these cicadas eventually, right? If you want to show your work or share your work or put something out. So you're underground, you're working on your stuff, you're learning, whatever, and then you want to release a game or release a film or release an album or release a book, whatever it is you're creating. You have to crawl out of from the underground, right? To to come out on the surface so you can share your stuff. And on the surface, there's spiders lurking, there's wasps, there's all these things waiting to just destroy you. And when you first come out, you're in your most sensitive state because you haven't like formed yourself, usually as a person or a creator. So you're very vulnerable, just like these cicadas. And what you could do, you could just stay underground, right? And be like, well, it's too dangerous, I'm never going to come out, I'm never going to put anything out. And that's what a lot of people do. I think a lot of the people that just become critics at a young age, I think they wanted to be creators, but they're so afraid of being vulnerable and being attacked that they just stay underground. But a cicada, it's supposed to go fly around and sing in a tree. So a creator, you know, whatever you're doing, you're supposed to be doing that thing. So what will happen, like if the cicada didn't come out from under the ground, then it would mature in that little tiny hole. So it would like come out of its skin and grow wings, but it wouldn't be able to fly because it's underground. It's in the little tiny hole. It's restricted. It can't unfold its wings. It can't spread its wings. It can't fly. And if it sings, nothing's going to hear it because it's underground. So if you never go through the process, go through the fear, go through that scary thing of actually releasing what you're creating, you'll never get a chance for anyone to hear it. It's safer to stay underground, but then you'll just be stunted and you'll never know what it is to fly or sing or have people experience the stuff you're creating. So the thing I just wanted to share from this that I get inspired is just like, hey, you know, the world is not fair. I mean, it's fair and it's indifference. And if you look at these cicadas, I guess it depends where they come up in the ground, right? Like if they come up in a place it's away from where the wasps are patrolling, you have a better chance of living. If you come up in a place where there aren't any spiders, then you have a better chance of surviving and singing. But it's kind of just random, right? It's just like if you're born in a shitty place, a poor place, like you have to make it through all that to be able to come out, right? Whereas someone that's born in wealth or in a nice place, they have it a lot easier, but that's just kind of random. So like these cicadas, wherever you happen to pop up, wherever you happen to be born or be, you still just have to go through the process of trying to create or trying to grow or trying to metamorphosize and become your ultimate form. And it's not up to you. You can sit around and complain to me, it's so hard for me because I have this or that, whatever, but look at nature. So the cicada larvae, I've watched them come out of these holes. They don't sit here and go, oh, poor me, oh no. They make the hole and right away they come out of the hole, they climb up, they just go for it and try to do it. So that's what you need to do too. That's what I do. Just go for it. Don't sit there and go, well, if I had this or I had that or what if, blah, blah, blah. No, because what's going to happen, you're just going to come out of your skin and mature underground in this hole and you can't spread your wings, you can't sing, no one will hear you. So, the indifferent face of M. Strange looking over the land. So, I hope my insights from nature that inspire me and motivate me maybe will help you, and that it's a tough world out there, but you still have to just go for it. You can't have that fear. These insects don't have fear. They just go do what they're supposed to do, what they know. And if you're a creative, passionate person, you're just doing what you know. So just do it. Have no fear. If there's like these wasps overhead, if there's people around you just looking to ridicule you and hate you and tear you apart, you still just have to go. They're never going to go away. Like these wasps and spiders are always going to be there. So you just got to go. You just got to do it. And work hard and keep working. Be inspired by this doomed bee even. It doesn't just sit around and wait to die. It still tries. And I don't know. In its case, it's never going to be able to fly again. But in a person, you always have a choice. You always have a chance. Let me take that back. So sometimes you don't have any choices if there's things that are hard in your life that are preventing you from doing what you're doing. But you always have a chance. As long as you're alive as a person in the world today, you always have a chance that things will change in your favor. So you're not doomed. So be inspired by nature. Look around at nature. It doesn't give up. Like if you turn everything in cement, like plants will try to grow in the little cracks. And if you poison them or tear them up, they'll die, and then some seed will try to grow somewhere else. Look at animals. Look at wild animals in the city. They try to live and do what they're supposed to do wherever they are. So if you're a passionate creative person, if you're a real creator, in my opinion, you will just create however you can, wherever you can, for as long as you can, no matter what the circumstances. So, I hope this is helpful to some people. And until next time, M. Strange, going back to looking at insects and working on game development. Okay, bye.